Far in the post-apocalyptic future, the dominant religion follows the holy book laws and regulations of OSHA as a set of tenets to live by. They're actually pretty successful. When most citizens of the compound saw Cheso Vanessa, their first thought was that she seemed too young for the job. The holy book was vast, and nobody could have memorized it in anything short of a lifetime, but nobody had ever found Vanessa at a loss for scripture. Right now, she is with front of a victim, hearing a formal complaint. She kept her hands tucked quietly in her lap, just beneath the stole she wore, woven from the tatters of fallen safety vests. The sounds of the mighty workshop were loud, despite being muffled by the walls of Vanessa's confessional. That said, for Vanessa's part, she was only listening to the tears. Worker, she used the formal term, it's okay. I'm here now. I felt so unsafe. Vanessa took a breath to steel herself. Reaching out with a formal complaint was the right thing to do, my precious worker. Underreporting is the death of. The door slammed open, Foreman Chan. He stared down at the two women but didn't say anything. The right of the complaint shall be respected, Foreman. Vanessa stood as she spoke, putting herself between the aggrieved and the man she was accusing. I'm in charge of this project, and if we don't get this wall, the foreman trailed off, locking himself in Vanessa's gaze. I speak the word of the power in charge of it all, Foreman. Your project is merely a series of incident reports in the eyes of the OSHA. Her back hurt, I need her on the. Can you comprehend 600,000 people, Foreman? Vanessa asked, what about 50 billion dual heirs? Repetitive back injury was the cause of that much suffering. Our situation pales in comparison to the scope of the OSHA's cosmos. Those who stand in violation are not welcome in the meeting between the aggrieved and the Cheso. The foreman opened his mouth, but seemed to reconsider the message and closed it. Vanessa offered him a nod in return. Return to your grounds. I will speak to you of this once we have the complaint issued and brought before the Board of Adjustment. May their judgment be merciful. OSHA cares about the safety of all, even when they make mistakes, Vanessa explained. She reached out to the foreman, as if to touch his cheek, but instead adjusted the strap on his helmet. Hard hats must be affixed properly on-site, Foreman. They are the main defense between our worshipping minds and the world beyond. Thank you, Cheso. I will await your call. Return to your sacred duties as supervisor. Practice safety. If you see something, say something. The foreman finished the prayer with a bow, ducking their head out of the room. Vanessa ensured they announced their arrival on the factory floor before closing the door to her confessional. That foreman will stay on the team? The aggrieved asked. If the tribunal finds him in severe violation, he will be removed. I felt unsafe. If that not severe enough. Vanessa sighed and took the time to return to her chair as opposed to speaking over the woman. Once she was at her level, she spoke. It is not up to me to interpret the guidelines of OSHA. You wouldn't want us to stray from the sacred texts. Right? She nodded. The guidelines have many stipulations for violations. Some may result in the foreman's removal, some may not. But how can OSHA allow me to feel unsafe? I am one of her workers. She does not. Vanessa reached out as if to adjust a hard hat but instead stroked the woman's cheek. She will only allow the foreman back if he has adjusted his ways to allow for your safety. You promise? The texts swear it.